Did you fumble your own bag?
I know it's been a while, and I wanted to jump on here firstly to say, hey, it is December. We are nearing the end of 2024, and I had to jump on here and share something with you guys. So I am reading the book of Samuel. However, I was reading the book of Proverbs 14 verse 1, and I had to share this tea. And the reason why I had to share with you guys, I was in my quiet time thinking about how many of you have really fumbled an opportunity or a person, right? That you really seen that was working in your favor. However, you put yourself in a compromising space because of your mouth. And I say that because that was me. I am her. And going back to the word, the book of Proverbs verse 1 reads, "A wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her hands." Tell me that is, you cannot tell me that is not tea. And reason being is, I was thinking about that verse and saying, okay, in any capacity of life, right? What have you done that you potentially lost an opportunity for? I can only speak for myself. Just recently, I actually met this guy, being fully transparent, and I fumbled this person and fumbled this person in the aspect of creating a new relationship with a person, whether it be a friendship, workship, whatever, right? Like a better word. It's not a real word. However, I thought about the ways in which how I communicate. I'm such a communicator. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. However, I'm also introverted too. And it's funny because I remember getting angry about something and having this conversation with this person. I really was not mindful about how I was communicating. And going back to the text, it reiterates the importance of emotional intelligence and being mindful about how you operate in general, right? Like if you feel super expressive, if you feel like you're emotionally heightened, it's always okay to take a step back, because regardless of the capacity of any relationship that you've had, whether it's a friendship or a personal relationship or intimate relationship, if you will, it's always important just to be mindful about how you communicate. And the reason is, there are things that you might say that you can't take back, and you don't want to be that person. You don't want to have to go back and say, oh, man, now I have to apologize. Because there's nothing wrong with apologizing. I think that part is important in acknowledging, right, your wrongs. However, it is so important to know that if you just take your time, and as a person, and I'm only speaking for myself, right, take my time in communicating my feelings and expressing, hey, you know, this X, Y, and Z doesn't work for me. However, learning to say, how can we come together to talk things through? Because again, going back to the word, I want to be a wise woman. I want to be able to operate in any capacity with anyone and essentially be able to level up in my speaking, level up in how I communicate, in building my relationships, not tearing them down because I am being reckless and reactive. I want to be a person that someone can say, you know what, hey, Esther is taking her time. And yes, that's my name, y'all. And she's taking her time and she's being intentional and she's loving on people by how she presents herself with her words. So I say all that to say, I encourage you guys to think about some situations or scenarios that you may have encountered when you could have said, you know what, I probably should take a step back. I probably shouldn't say that. Or in the event, if you've already encountered the situation and you're working on repairing it, think about, number one, how that person may have received what you had to say. Because again, no one's perception is right or wrong, right? Remember that you're on the same team and work together to be able to come to a common consensus. I think that part is important to understand, you know, are we building or are we tearing things down collectively, right? And I think that And I believe that it would allow you the opportunity to be able to grow. And in this capacity of being a better person, I'm thinking about these things as I continue to self-reflect. It is, again, nearing the end of the year. We're in December, and it's exciting because, again, we have opportunity to be a part of change. We have the opportunity to be a part of many things, but are you putting yourself on the front line? Are you inserting yourself in that capacity to say, hey, I want to be the best version of myself? And that's something I'm actually working on now. And I think it's awesome. It's wonderful. It feels good. It feels good to be able to pay the special attention that I need to myself. And I want to encourage all of you, give yourself that self-care and that self-love. And self-care does not mean you have to get your nails done or get your hair done. Self-care is really working on your mental health, your emotional health, and acknowledging, hey, if you're not yourself or there's something wrong, it's okay to take a step back and reflect and say, how are things going with me? What are the things that I desire? What are some of my accomplishments, goals? I created this list of things that I want to work on just in general, not because it's a new year, but I want to continue working on myself and my growth because it matters, because I want to be the best version of myself. So I say all that to say, I encourage all of you, create a list. Think of the things that you want to work on, not because someone said it was a problem and you just want to fix it with this one person. No, do it for yourself. And I promise you, other people will see the growth and the greatness in you. And again, it's not about other people, but it's about how you present yourself in this world. And I think about being purposeful in your living, and make sure that you're living in your purpose in that aspect. It's continue to grow. It's going to help you as a person, as a friend, as a brother, sister, whomever, comes across this video, but it's going to help you ultimately. And we want to continue to purposely live a purposeful life. So nonetheless, it's been great. Nice seeing y'all. Drop some comments below and we'll chat soon. Bye.